Good afternoon, my name is Viridiana Cruz Martinez, and today I'm going to be talking about Krashen's theory of second language acquisition. I want to start off by talking a little bit about Stephen Krashen. He was an expert in linguistics, specializing in theories of language acquisition and development. I also want to mention one of his quotes due that this is going to lead us to the theory that we are going to be talking about today. He said that language acquisition does not require extensive use of conscious grammatical rules and does not require tedious rules. Acquisition requires meaningful interactions in the target language. Natural communication. The form of their utterance is not going to be meaningful to them, but the message that they are conveying in understanding. Like I said previously, today we are going to be talking about Krashen's theory of second language acquisition, which consists of 5 main theories. The first one being the acquisition learning hypothesis, followed by the monitor hypothesis and the input hypothesis, the effective filter hypothesis, and the natural order hypothesis. I want to start off by telling you what the acquisition learning distinction hypothesis is. This is going to be our focus today. It is the most fundamental of the 5 hypotheses in Krashen's theory. Now, I want to give you a little definition of what this hypothesis is. According to Krashen, there are 2 independent systems for foreign language performances, the acquired system and the learned system. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the acquired system, or the acquisition. It's also known as that. Well, the acquired system or the acquisition is the product of subconscious process. It's very similar to the process children undergo when they learn their first language. It requires meaningful interaction in the target language, natural communication in which speakers aren't concentrated in their utterness but in their communicative act. For example, all this is surrounded by the needs of a natural communication in the target language. It includes informal situations. It depends on the attitude and the use of grammatical feel. Now, what do I mean by the grammatical feel is that they are not going to be concerned about the grammatical rules that they are taught. It's going to be more of a flowed language. Now, opposite to the acquired system is the learned system or the learning. The learned system or the learning is a product of formal instructions, and it is formed by the conscious process of which results of a conscious knowledge about the language, for example, grammatical rules. It is used in formal situations. It is also the use of grammatical rules. I think it is very important that we understand that this is a conscious learning. That's the opposite of the acquired system, which is subconscious learning. Now you may ask yourself, how can we put this hypothesis in our classrooms? Well, we can apply this hypothesis in our classrooms by creating an ideal situation where the language is used in order to fulfill authentic purposes. This will help our students to acquire the language rather than learning it. And what do I mean by this is that we could probably give the students a scenario or a situation in which they don't have to use a formal language, in which they don't have to go back and use those grammatical rules that they are taught, rather than just them flowingly giving this language a try. Now, I hope that you had a little bit more of understanding of what this hypothesis is. The rest of the hypothesis will be taught by the rest of my teammates, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you for watching.